If you've done any of my other courses, you know that information gathering is crucial for pen testing and bug hunting. That's why I usually do it first before I even start pen testing the application. Because gathering the right information can increase your attack surface and help you understand how the target application works. Let me show you an example of how useful such information can be when discovering XSS vulnerabilities, and as I do, I'll also teach you how to discover the technologies used by the target web application. As usual, you want to test everything. So let's test the search with the normal search. Let's test it with a HTML injection, and as you can see, that's no good. Now let's do what we did with the first example. So let's copy it and let's inspect the element and see if it's been injected anywhere else. And we can see that it's only being injected in one place in here. Now let's try a normal script just to see. Why not? Search. Doesn't work either. So at this stage, before giving up, I would go back and check the technologies used by the target website and see if they can point me in the right direction. As I mentioned, this should be one of the first things that you do when engaging with a target. To do this, we're going to use a plugin called Wapalizer. I'm going to include its link in the resources, but I'm not going to show you how to install it because it's very simple. All you have to do is load the link and click on install. Once installed, you're going to get this icon right here, and all you have to do is click it to get the technologies used on this current website. Let me just show you an example. So let's go to zsecurity.org, give it some time to load, and as you can see, we have 31 technologies or libraries that we're loading within this web page. So you can see that we're using WordPress, we're using MailChimp, MySQL, Facebook, WooCommerce. All of these, for example, WordPress and WooCommerce, they're both web applications. They're open source. You can actually download them and discover vulnerabilities within them yourself, or you can go and search for existing vulnerabilities in them. And as you can see, we have 31 of these. Not all of them might be vulnerable. None of them is vulnerable, hopefully, but all of this is very useful information for you when you're pen testing. So going back to our example, we can see that this website uses AngularJS. So maybe there is a specific way of injecting JavaScript in this website because it's using AngularJS. Now, we don't know. So similar to the way when I said where your text is being injected and then see if you can run JavaScript in there. If you don't know, use Google. So similar, this is a similar example. We don't know if there is a different way of injecting JavaScript within AngularJS, but let's go ahead and see. So let's just say AngularJS XSS cheat sheet. How about that? Doesn't get any simpler than this. Okay, we have a result here from PortSwigger. Now this is the big cheat sheet that I showed previously, so I don't want to look at that. Let's look at this one in GitHub. And we have a weird way to write JavaScript or XSS payloads in here. So let's try it. We got nothing to lose, do we? Copy, and let's paste it here. Now, usually if you're not sure what's happening, you can always just literally go ahead and look up what the constructor does in AngularJS, and you will get a really good explanation. So it doesn't really stop you. You shouldn't just be copy pasting code. But just as an example here, you simply can just look for a cheat sheet and then let's run it. And boom, as you can see, our JavaScript code got injected. So again, all we had to do in this example is pay attention to the information that we're gathering. We can see that it's running AngularJS. Therefore, we tried a payload that is specific to AngularJS, and therefore we were able to inject our JavaScript code in here within this element.